Bam! Hey, welcome to the show, Pro Se Legal School. We provide tools. You do the work. You be the judge. Go watch the instructional videos. Yeah, we're running a little bit late, but you know what? There's some value in being late sometime. Okay. Yeah, I want to share you guys with y'all. I didn't check to see how this is gonna look on the camera thing, but it's looking it's looking pretty hot. Yeah, this is yeah. I got another video we're gonna post tomorrow. The new championship belt here. Yeah, and we got a couple of people that should get to hold this belt. And we're gonna start out with Darren Woods, and we'll talk a little bit about him, why he, and Tammy, yeah. There's a few people. Sharon, yeah, I'm sure she hasn't done it yet, but she'll get the hold. Anyway, so this belt came from the Kansas City Guns and Hoses event they have to raise money for law enforcement, first time respondents, and all of the people that risk their lives. And yeah, my youngest. Actually, two of my kids are in law enforcement. My youngest kid is in law enforcement. He's the one that won this belt at the charity event last year. The Kansas City Guns and Hoses. Yeah, and he's gonna get to beat up on somebody this next weekend. And so yeah. So he let me bring his belt home. So 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 I could brag about it, but I want to throw it out there right at the gate that yeah, his sweat earned it, and I went and watched him beat up some people last year. And that was a lot of fun. Yeah, and there's a couple of people in my program that get to stink and hold this bad dog. He's kind of heavy too. It's kind of funny, like 40. Well, okay, sorry about the number. A bunch of years ago when I won a contest, they didn't give me this big old giant heavy pretty belt like this. I don't know. But my kid let me use it, so I can walk around with a big head as long as I make sure. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Heather, just a little. I've got 3 biological, which means I watch them be born, and 1 foster kid, Shaquanda. And so, yeah, and I'm pretty proud of all of them, including the 28 other foster kids that lived with us over the 17-year period that we did foster care. Oh, I know. Yeah. The government said I was crazy, so I had to do some crazy shit. So there you go. Anyway, we're gonna put that down and get cereal. Come on now, we're gonna get cereal. Yeah. Tonight we're gonna talk about the HOA stuff. Well, let's see what everybody got to say. Got Heather here from Raleigh, North Carolina. Heather, have you Raleigh, North Carolina? Have you had any contact with Judge Strickland? Huh? Or do you know anybody? Or do you know Judge Strickland? So, any of you who don't, you can Google his name right now and find out what's going on with Judge Strickland. Apparently, Judge Strickland was foreclosing on Shamel Maxwell's dad's property. And this was going on a few years back. And I'm old, but I can remember it. I'll tell you why. Yeah, he was foreclosing on Shamel Maxwell's dad's property. And this was maybe 3 years ago or something. Before we got to the stuff, we did a lot more punching and work back then. And Shamel was helping her dad or whatever. And I recall she went to the hospital to have a baby. Yeah, Shamel, you get to get yeah. She went to the hospital to have a baby in the middle of all of this stuff. And she was in the hospital bed, communicating with me and communicating with her brothers and her family to get this filed and get some shit filed. Yeah. And so it turned out that her dad got kicked out, even with all the stuff that we were doing. And so about a month later, Samel contacted me and she said, we found out that he got kicked out from the property tax. They said that he didn't pay the property tax. And I said, yeah. And she's laughing. She said, oh, coach, this is bad. Yeah, because her coach told her that the beat down that she was going to be delivering to them, the only way they could get out of it is, in a hurry before the beat down got public, was to, to be delinquent on the property tax and have to do the property tax shit. So she not only paid the property tax, she wrote a check for that shit and she took a picture. Yeah. So we'll fast forward. Yeah. So right now, Judge Strickland is getting jammed up. Oh, Heather, look at you. You love her story. Damn. All right then. I'm gonna give your ass the belt too, because you've been doing your homework. Mm-hmm. That was a long time ago. That all right. Yeah. So anyway, let's get on with the unpleasantries. That's what the doctor says when they have to do. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, so Shamel contacted me later, and we're gonna like move forward a little bit, and to let me know that her dad the Judge Strickland, was receiving mail at her dad's house because they were still up in their ass or whatever, So they, so yeah, the judge was Send me a picture of it. I made a blog post about it, and then I sent it all over everywhere in, over there. So, okay, so now you can do the research on Judge Strickland's ass, and you'll find out that, well, the first thing you see is that he's suing them or trying to sue them for removing his ass off the bench, and apparently his son. And this is from Shamel. I tried to find his son's name and look at, they got that. But according to Shamel, his son was a real estate agent, and the Judge Strickland and his son had a racket, and they was doing stuff, and they're not doing that no more. And Judge Strickland got yanked off and so then he was complaining, trying to sue these other people or whatever. And you know how that goes. So the reason we're talking about this is I got a message today from Darren Woods, and I'm hoping to have him on the show next week because I didn't obviously have time to invite to this show. I'd like him to come on the show next week and tell his story. So he sent me a message, and he said that the people over there in the Western District of Tennessee are imploding and are, he said. And he was working with the online course that I had on Teachable a couple of years ago, 2021, 2022 is when he bought his stuff. Oh, we got real Mo fire to the table right now. Okay, but that's when he bought his stuff. And I'm going to post a link to the story while we're talking, and you guys can take a look at it. Oh, this is so badass. This is so apparently. He posted, he been all up in their face. And here's a link. Yep, I hope the whole thing goes through. Let's see. Looks like it did. Yeah, so that's the Action 5 news. And Shelby County. So they found out that that in Shelby County they had 34. See if I get these numbers right. 34 houses that were on the tax sale for delinquent taxes. And of the 34 houses that were on the tax sale, according to Channel 5, not Darren Woods, according to Channel 5, because they did that investigate and did the story. So only 4 of the houses were delinquent. 34 houses on the tax sale list, and only 4 of them were delinquent. So, how many houses got sold when they weren't delinquent? I don't know. I can't do. I'm having trouble doing the math because I mean, and I have people sometimes, tell me, hey, those people are deadbeats. They didn't pay their bill or whatever. Well, okay, you know what? For the 4 people that were delinquent, the whole tax scheme is total bullshit, and they were screwed too. So those people have no idea. Those were the conventional people that were trained from the conventional way of thinking or whatever, all that. So, but here's the sad thing. At the end of the day, most people have paid that freaking tax shit for years. And then it keeps going up, 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 up. And when you get to where you have trouble paying it, then then now they're gonna move on your ass, throw your ass out, and take your shit. So what about all the? They committed real estate deed fraud to get your property deed registered in the office illegally when the property transfer statutes that their asses are supposed to follow clearly state is supposed to be delivered to you. But no, they do what they call their constructive delivery and they register it. And that registration allows the first illegal lien to be put on your property. And the first illegal lien is, well, for those of you who are new, it's the mortgage lien. It's the mortgage lien. And the reason it was illegal is because think of it this way. If there were several people on property, everybody had to be present to sign that. So the fact that the alleged lender accepted your signature on that shit at the gate proves you owned it already, and I smell stink. So I'm just saying. Yeah, but they don't want to talk about any of that. They just want to do the thing. So the whole stinking scheme for all of this property shit is a RICO. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a RICO. I'm just gonna call it there. I said it. It's freaking RICO. That's what it is. It's set up to do exactly what it's doing, and did you know that there was a Register of Deeds Association in every state? Now, had dude tell me, I said, oh, wait, no, there's not one in my state. Dude, you're killing me right now. Yeah, maybe they changed the name or something, okay? But in every state, there's a corporation that's used to register your deed. No, I'm not talking about the Recorder of Deeds office. I'm talking up here on the state level. And that's why one of the reasons we add the state to your shit at the gate. The other reason is because the state is the one paying the judge. Uh-huh. The state's paying the judge is getting the pension, and Judge Strickland is getting some profit. See, yeah, Malik continues to give me shit and say I can't say that, but his ass is already, yeah. And so now Darren Woods is also in the Western District of Tennessee, and he's got some. Oh yeah, so that's where Tammy's at. Remember Tammy? Tammy's the young lady who had she won a $985,000 settlement, and then after she paid or inflated attorney fees and court fees and all whatever, then the judge gave the rest of her money to her attorney that she'd already paid. Use a statute. You remember, statutes and codes are not valid laws. They're just policies that is used in an administrative court. Yeah. So she's going after them for that, the judge and the attorney. And then the magistrate judge on the federal level demanded her to show cause, basically answered for them. Judge Annie T. Kristoff, if some of you know, we did a little piece on Judge Kristoff. And then a few days later, I was looking for a picture of her, and my YouTube video pulled up right underneath the federal judge's website and picture. Oh yeah. So the reporter that's reporting on that situation over there is also going to get, and if I remember correct, I have at least one other person that's in a situation from the Western District of Tennessee. Welcome to the show tonight, William. Yeah, Carrie, that belt was well earned. And when our kid gets done this weekend, we'll have two. So you'll have one. You can come and stand behind me with yours. Yeah, proud. Yeah, pretty proud of all the kids that I work with. I can't think of one. And it's funny how it goes. I work with kids my entire life, pretty much, even as little girl. I've never met a bad kid. I haven't, but I have met some parents that need to be punched in the face. Oh, maybe these are the attorney. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Welcome on, Andrea. Welcome to the show tonight. Yeah, her story's pretty powerful. Over assessment, yeah. Well, no, they stole your deed. They committed real estate deed fraud and when they registered your deed, because the state property transfer statutes mandate that your deed is supposed to be delivered to you, and they don't do that. Because if they did that, they wouldn't be able to make a copy of it and send you the fake ass copy. Oh, wait. But once that deed has been, okay, so we'll just walk through how this works in my head. Okay, this is just my opinion off of what I've been through. Okay, when you leave the table, they take that promissory note and they stamp pay to the order off on it, and it's signed by, usually it's the vice president, and then it says pay to the order without recourse, blah 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 blah, some more shit underneath that, and they process it through the Federal Reserve. Now, when they do that, in my mind, they turn it into a check. But it's really big. So they don't call it a really big check a check. They call it a security. And then they process it through the Federal Reserve for electronic credits. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a nerd here, but I'm going to just throw this out here. Modern Money Mechanics, which is a publication that knows way more shit about this illegal banking shit than I do. They said that the bank is granted 9 times the amount of the face value of that security slash check slash promissory note, just so some people can keep can keep up. That went into a demand deposit account, and that's why they don't just like give you the check. You know, if you borrow money from HFC or some finance company, they just write you the check. Here you go. Go blow it away. Do whatever you want. Just make sure your ass makes payments. But no, this you never see the check. Why is that? Why is it, okay, so, I ain't trying to go on for too long a time here, but let's just cut to the chase. The question in my mind is, if your deed was not registered in their office, would they be able to verify that there was a mortgage lien against your property? I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I'm not that smart, but that's my question that I ask attorneys after I get done beating their ass down for getting in my ad and talking shit and acting like I'm crazy. So they already agreed that I was mentally ill. Then they agreed I wasn't mentally ill. Yeah, because I wouldn't lie for their ass on my wife. So yeah, when they find out that I wasn't in a hurry to get out, and I told them I like the food here. Me gusta la comida aquí en La Pinta. Okay, never mind. Oh. Yeah, well, the Register of Deeds Association and the head person running that, I would put, well, on my drone that I would be flying in while I'm hiding out. But yeah, so I'm going to have the state first because state. Okay, this is how, and people always ask me, who do I do that? Okay, so here's how this goes in my head. Okay, the corporation that's paying for the drone, okay, and the judge to to be the bomb on the drone, and yeah, the workers underneath the judge, they're all working the same. Yeah, so there you go. So who do you have first? Well, I'm going to add the state, and then I'm going to add the Register of Deeds Association or whatever association in your state that handles the registration of your deed, because I'm to the opinion, based off of my limited knowledge, because I'm not an attorney, that the Register of Deeds Association is the reason why your property is showing the hell up on Zillow and all of these freaking foreclosures.com places and on all the realtors' websites before you're and it's also the reason your damn neighbor knows that your ass in foreclosure before you even find the shit that is stuck on the house. So that's my opinion. This is how that, when you're in non-judicial foreclosure, they tell you, you go down there, you tell them all this. No, you can't file nothing. The clerk's going to tell you that. They will help you with that. You can't file nothing in a non-judicial foreclosure because there's no case. Oh, that's total bullshit. There is a case. It's over there on the administrative side of shit where they have your ass. So they're lying to your face. Every time their mouth moves, they're going to be lying. So yeah, there is a case. Okay, if you think there's no case, let me ask you this. How the hell can the government, okay, let me put it a different way. There ain't no way in hell the government is going to take your shit and sell it on the courthouse steps in 29 days. They take 30 days. So you got to give them one. Okay, shit ain't funny, but you know what I'm saying. There's no way in hell the government's going to take your shit and sell it in 30 days if they don't already have a file for your shit. And I've been doing this for a minute, and I didn't find out about this registered deed association until, I don't know, maybe 4 months ago, a few months ago, when one of my best friend's kid was found his marriage dissolution. They were giving him a hard time because they didn't want to place it on the public record. Well, we got to talking about it, and that they wanted to charge $17 a page because they changed the law. The bankers and yeah, when she said bankers, I was like, oh hell no, we on some bullshit. Oh yeah, I was listening to that, and so I looked it up, and basically what happened was they got away with some shitty ass tax that they were putting, and they made it so if you want to file something to secure if you want to file something to secure the security of your property, they want to charge you $17, a less penniless lien. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And it's funny because, well, I wasn't even there, had nothing to do with property. But when she told me that, I was like, oh my, that would be terrible for the people that are in foreclosure. And she's like, excuse me? Oh yeah, because, if you're in foreclosure, you would need to, after you filed your lawsuit for $100 million, you need to file less penniless lien, which is the only common law remedy. Okay, I didn't yell at her. I'm getting worked. I played dumb. I just kind of spelled it out. She's like, yeah, I think she knew who the hell my ass was. But anyway, yeah, that less penniless lien. So now they want to charge you $17 a page. And I'm like, oh hell no. And it don't have nothing to do with it. So I went home and done some research because I'm going to file a lien against because they're going to screw me over with my lawsuit that I filed against the police department a month ago. I haven't served everybody yet because I don't know how. So I did email their asses, but I haven't served them yet. I ain't in a hurry. And it's funny how it goes because I tell y'all ask the same thing. Like, what's hurry? What, they're going to say that there's a statute that says I can't have my shit in there 31 days or 35 days and then serve them when I feel like it? Okay, so I'm kind of rambling here, but it's good shit. And this is how the program works. You only need one judge to rule against you one time. One time. One time. And I can guarantee you right now, okay, that judge is not going to provide a fact or findings or a fact or findings and a conclusions of law, not or, because they have to provide both. If you don't have those, then you have shit for an appeal. Funny how they work that little shit out there. Oh, and the clerk will help you with the papers for appeal. Oh, hell yeah. They will grab that shit right up and yeah, ready to let me help you with that. But you asking some other shit over here. Oh, we can't give you legal advice. You need an attorney, but you don't need an attorney for appeal. I'm just saying. I'm trying to keep up. So I'm not that smart. So I have to take notes and stuff to keep up. Yeah, they'll help you with an appeal. So if they don't give you a fact of findings or conclusions of law, somebody help me here. You're in an administrative court where they use local rules that they pull out of their, well, they pull them from somewhere. They ain't come from the Constitution or from the law. So they pull them from somewhere down there. That's all I can say about that. So, yeah. And people fall for that shit. You wonder why the court has no jurisdiction and they just step all over you because you're in their administrative court. You're not in judicial court. The administrative court is not from the Constitution. It has nothing to do with the Constitution. And the only way to get them out of your face is to sue their asses and that's what we're learning how to do here. So the property tax situation, the property tax package has a lawsuit for both the property tax situation, and it also has the lawsuit in it for the illegal the illegal tax collection. I call it real estate deed fraud, tax collection conspiracy. It doesn't really say tax collection. It says violation of the IRS code down here at the very bottom on the very end. Okay, because we have learned that you have more power going after them for the day-to-day procedures and processes that they used to line your ass up in their administrative hearing to screw you over than going after them for what they did. Because you go after them for what they did, then the argument opens up, and then y'all know how that shit ends. Denied. Yeah, but we got a strike motion now. That's badass. Demand to strike. Now there's one I think on all the packages, but the one I'm talking about now is badass. And we demand to strike their shit because they're not registered as foreign agents. They're violating. We're pretty much setting up the stage to bring criminal liability, and that's what we do when we add the Tucker's Act and the Civil Rights Act of 1871. Those are all federal acts. They're federal laws that they violate when they violate your due process or whatever. And by adding those to the front of your action before you get to the 42 USC, you're bringing civil criminal liability to and that's been the latest punch. And those documents that contain that. Now I'm telling y'all, so y'all had to shit yourself. For the people that are already, for the new people and people that are investing in the package for entrepreneurship or whatever, those documents, the new documents, are going to be beefed up with this other stuff. So you're not only be going after them for violating due process with the day-to-day procedures or whatever. You're also going to be bringing some criminal liability to the table, and see how they like that. So you guys should maybe, if you guys want to help me out, contact the guy, the reporter that wrote this story. And so, like Heather, if you know about Smel's story, or some of you other people that have used my stuff and are still in your house, you should contact this guy and let him know what we're doing here. It'd be nice if I'm going to send him over video of Judge Annie T. Christoph. And let him take a look at what's going on there, because they're saying in the article that the judge recused, and then there's a lot of finger pointing. And the funny thing is, I told Darren at the gate that that's how this works. When you use my non-conventional program, you force the players to visualize their shared liability. And you only need one person to check out, one weak person. You only need one weak person. And that one weak person is going to be the first asshole that responds to your stuff, or the first one that starts pointing at everybody else, or the first one, critical thing is kicking in. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? Yep. The finger pointing is going on all over the place over there. And so the way I'm in my mind, you just want to keep track of all of that finger pointing and make sure that every one of those fingers that got pointed at get put on the list. Okay? Because that's what happens. The finger pointing starts, and then the snitching shit starts. Because somebody's going to take the deal first, and the rest of those assholes are going to be screwed. But Darren's not, because he's still in his house. And it's funny how I know this shit, right? Yeah, that would be cool if you guys contacted the guy and hell, tell him about Tell him about Judge Strickland, okay? And Judge Strickland's son, who I could not find, he's not. And, I didn't really, I didn't really go into what I did when Mr. Vitale tried to rip me off. So, because it wasn't worth all that. But I thought maybe I could find an article real quick, and no. But all that's still gelling. Darren, he made his investment, if I remember correctly, in 2021, 2022. And I think that was before we actually changed the direction and started actually doing the 42 USC, situation, whatever. Well, Monique, I don't know what to tell you. I don't remember you discussing along the way before you got to this in the coaching group on Twitter where we do the coaching, the situation before we got to this. I have people a lot of times invest in their program and then they do their own thing. And then they contact me later at the end and they haven't had any communication with me along the way. And no offense, but most of those or almost all of those people didn't watch the updated instructional videos or the original instructional videos. So they use my stuff as if it was like conventional based off of the knowledge that they have about or had about the legal system. And those people usually file stuff, what the challenge of jurisdiction or temporary restraining order gets filed in their case, which can't file temporary restraining order in their case. And if you challenge jurisdiction, then you're asking the judge that's in charge of everything to rule on that. And so they're just going to stall you out until they get you set on the list to be evicted. But they can't run you up too much because they have so many people that give up or don't watch the instructional videos and then they get themselves in a jam. Most of those people are in a jam because they added the lender to their document that they invested from me, and they add the lender and all that shit. And when you do that, the players know that you don't know what the hell you're talking about because the lender does a charge off before they send your shit to the third party debt collectors to come after you. And the lender has nothing to do with their foreclosure or attacking your property after the fact. And when you add the lender on your paperwork, they know you don't know what you're talking about because when the lender does a charge off, well, they say, okay, let me put it to you this way. In my head, based off of the knowledge that I have and the reality of the situation, the lender does a charge off. According to the corporate structure, they shred the paperwork so they can't be brought up against them and stuck up in their ass later. Okay. But the way this goes on the front end, there ain't no paperwork to shred because they bundled that shit in securities and they sold it off to the Chinese people. I just said, so there ain't shit. Well, thanks, Tommy Lee, but I don't go by their rules because they're bullshit. So no offense. Okay, but when you look at the federal rules, then are we talking about civil rule procedure? Are we talking about their federal statutes and the federal statutes are not valid laws or whatever? And that's why we add their ass to the lawsuit at the gate. So so here's the thing. First judge that rules against you, you just sue their ass because they don't have, we already talked about that, sweetie. They don't have fact of findings, conclusions of law, or whatever. So Yeah. So after that, well, the rest of the judges ain't trying to get in the middle of of things. So we don't worry about rules and all of that. We just go in and tag the people at the gate and just make it easy because when you start talking about the rules, then they want to argue stuff or whatever. So we're going to sue them at the gate. We're going to sue the corporation that's bankrolling the fraud, and then you want to sue, the sub corporation that's actually controlling the bankrolling. And then you want to sue the judge who's actually hired to hit a woman or a man to give your shit away. That's how that goes right down the road. So the property tax package is being upgraded. I'm working on the first. I was calling it online course, but it's going to be a business. It's going to be online course business, and it's going to be structured to teach you how to do what we're doing right here. And the young lady Humira, she set up the website. She's running the back half of things, and she's doing a great job. Thank you, Humira, for the work that you're doing, and all of the supporters that have been backing me while the website went down until we get it back up. And those are pretty much family supporters. Starting out with Kerry Jackson. Hey. So it's kind of cool to see this thing going on over here and Channel 5, seeing people are starting to understand that if you have what you need to be a pain in the ass, you can talk shit. You ain't got to worry. I mean, at the end of the day, you shouldn't be in my program unless you're willing to do whatever it takes. End of story. If you're not willing to do whatever it takes, being here is not where you need to be. I don't care. People say, I'm scared of going to jail. You know what? Let me tell you something about fear. The fear is what allows them to kick your ass. And I'm talking from personal experience. Yeah, there was a time when I thought I needed an attorney. Yeah, there, I said it. But hey, let me finish. I think I had 14 attorneys throughout my federal situation. And one of them passed away. So not why he was actually, to be honest, he was one of two that I actually had a shred of respect for. Gary Hart, bless your heart, bless his heart. His name was Gary Hart for real. I'm not joking now. He was a good man. But the rest of them, not so much. They were too busy with their lips stuck to stuff. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Heather, I'm sure they told you to add the lender. Make a video, Heather, and record him. Just have it close to the mic so we can hear it. And I'll post it on the website. That's cool. I like to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, they will help you kick your own ass. If you ask them about shit, that helps them kick their ass. And I'll tell you why, Heather. And I was reading up on the clerk, and we figured out the clerk is the one responsible to make sure that the consent form gets signed for the master judge or whatever. And so I was reading about the clerk, and what I found out is like the clerk's number one job is to protect the court's money. And I had to go a whole bunch of pages back in the internet to find that, because you can't find that right at the gate. So the clerk's number one job is to protect the court's money. Now, what's that tell you? Everybody thinks the judge is the one half of y'all asses shit gets sent back, and the clerk's the one signing that shit. Mm-hmm. I know what you're thinking. Come on, coach, how do you get around that? Well, it's easy. You just make sure that when you file your shit, you have an extra copy. And I use a black marker, a big marker. I make it messy. And I write chamber copy for judge, whatever the hell. And then I have a copy sent to private email or some kind of way the judge has to sign, or a judge's secretary or whatever had to sign for it. Now the judge can't hide in the back while the clerk throws your ass under the bus, and you don't even know the clerk is signing the judge's name. So yeah, and yeah, I know stuff, and the judge also gets a pension and a summer home, and they get a steel house. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna get off of here. Yeah. Well, you know what? We're making a difference, and it's pretty cool to have people send me the stuff showing that none of y'all is sweating, but Channel 5 is up in the ass. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And so you guys, when you message me on Twitter with coaching questions, I'm going to I'm going to think I'm going to have to think in my head where you are on the list. Yeah, there's a list, and everybody got to line up in that list. So the people in front of the line are going to be the people that took the time to send me the review video about the ban to strike document. I sent out maybe 10 of those. I got a video for maybe 3 people. And thank you, Tammy. She sent me several videos, some different Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of how, to me, the value in that review video is priceless. And for the people that take the time to send me that, if you get in a jam and you email me, or heaven forbid you call me. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, you're gonna get a pass to move up to a little close to the front line, or to the front line. I'm the one to get to make a line. I'm thinking the line's gonna be made with the people that sent the instructional videos first, because those are the people that care about what I'm doing here, what we're doing here, and those are the people that have taken the time to help me let other people see that we got it going on. And that allows me to keep the price of the foreclosure package, the basic, at $600. Now, where else can you go and spend $600 and stop any damn? Not only stop some shit, but have some damn fun. That's my only guarantee, is you're gonna have some damn fun. So emailing me those review videos. You don't have to have your face on it. I don't give a shit. I just need to know who you are. At the end of the day, if other people want to know, I don't give a shit. If seeing the review video makes a difference in whether or not they want to invest in my program or not, then they probably haven't done enough homework. Okay. But for the people that done their homework, it's nice for them to see that they have a damn chance. Well, I call it more of a chance, but I ain't trying to brag right now. We got a lot of people still in the house, and that are in jail that were headed that way. So anyway, so that review video is priceless for me, and the people that take the time to do that will definitely. Well, most of the people that have done it received the new demand to strike document that pretty much stops I don't know, any court process. I haven't. If people do watch, and thank you, Heather. You can send that in if you want to. If you have that document, I'll hook you up with something else. I don't care. I'll do whatever I need to do over here. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. And I'm going to do a video on the HOA. The HOA thing required a lot of switching back and forth from different screens. So I'm going to do that in video so that it'll go a lot smoother. So I haven't forgot about the HOA. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys what you need to smack them in the face. So I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Bam, make sure you click on that ad and contact that guy and let him know about the fire we're bringing over here. Send him, this would be cool. Email him your favorite video or your not favorite one. Email him one of my videos from my YouTube channel so he can hobby his ass over there and see what's really going on for real. Thank you guys. Later.